Arco 1964 here. The Racing League came into existence last year with great fanfare but also much scepticism. I attended the first meeting at Newcastle to see what would happen despite my doubts about the project. Since it cost £12 to enter, I thought it was worth going to, and the prize money for the meeting was decent. I put out a short video about day on my way to the meeting, explaining my doubts with a link here. Horse racing is in essence an individual sport, as only one horse can win a race unless there is a dead heat. The problem with our concept is that Racing League misunderstands how individual sports can work in a team environment. There are some examples of this works, but only work because the individual concept in it is retained. I give 3 examples from sports and 1 from pastime where this works very well. The first example is the Ryder Cup in golf between Europeans and the USA. It starts with a mixture of foursomes and 4-balls matches, where a team of players from one team play against a pair of teams from another team. Also later singles games. Winning champions need 12 points to retain the trophy, while the other team needs 12.5 points to gain it. Every hole within each match can be won or halved, and again a match can be won or halved. A second example is the Davis Cup in tennis, a knockout competition between international teams. Each match starts with 2 singles games, also called rubbers, and a doubles match. 2 further rubbers are played if necessary. Each team gains 1 point. Winner is the first to 3 points, so it's possible the 4th and 5th rubbers won't be needed. A third example is the PTC World Cup of Darts, which started in 2010 of the original BDO version currently organised by the WWF, also works. The PTC version is another international knockout competition, pretty much identical system to the Davis Cup with singles and doubles game. Pastime I mentioned is chess. The Chess Olympiad is a very prestigious biannual international team competition. Why does the Ryder Cup, Davis Cup, PTC Darts World Cup and Chess Olympiad work? Because the individual concept that makes them popular is retained. You don't get points for 5th, 6th and 7th or 8th place in a golf match, tennis match, darts match or chess match, because they simply don't exist. You either win or lose a tennis match or a darts game, you win, lose or draw a match play golf match or a chess game. Another in essence individual sport with a team element is Formula 1. The Constructors' Championship has always been a prestigious part of the sport. Like the Racing League, each team only has 2 members in a race. However, Formula 1 has the same 2 drivers in each race. It's completely different from the Racing League. And of course, it's the Drivers' Championship, which is the main prize that the team wants to win. Racing League took a point system of Formula 1 and transposed it to horse racing, literally the points at 8th place being the only difference. I've joked a couple of times in videos, but it's the wrong type of horsepower. However, more seriously, cars battling out for 6th and 7th place isn't harming an animal. A jockey on a beating horse trying to get points for 6th place instead of 7th place is doing that. One more example is the 3 main achievements of the Ineos Grenadiers cycling team who achieved in recent Tour de France. Geraint Thomas is 3rd place in general classification, or GC, Tom Pidcock winning an Alpe d'Huez, and their team winning the team prize. In asking which were the least important, I'm pretty sure they'd say the team prize. It wasn't even mentioned in the ITV highlight that they could win that until literally after the final stage. The only team who ever seemed interested in it in recent years was Movistar, won it 5 times in 2015 and 2020. This is why I feel another similar example in sports the Racing League doesn't work for me. This is what used to be called the European Cup of World Cup in athletics, with points from 1st down to 8th place for each event. I tried to look up whether these 2 competitions still exist. European Cup does under a new name, but World Cup, having also been renamed, ended in 2018. I remember watching them in the mid-80s and early 90s, but battling out 5th to 8th place isn't what athletics is about. I haven't seen these competitions in decades, I've watched all the recent World Athletics Championships. This is the issue Racing League can't resolve. No one cares who comes 5th to 8th place in a horse race.